There is an old story, one that has traveled quietly across generations. It is not about kings or dragons or magic swords. It is about something far stronger. It is about how a single way of thinking can change a life. This story unfolds in Harbor City, a place of ships and markets, of noise and trade, of people chasing fortunes big and small. Most here believed success belonged to the lucky or the powerful, but one boy was about to show them otherwise. This is Leo. He had no inheritance waiting for him, no savings hidden away, no one promising him opportunity. What he did have was attention. He noticed hunger in himself, in others, even in a stray dog. And when he had only half a loaf of bread, he shared it. Leo had learned something early in life. Generosity does not come from abundance, it comes from choice. At the center of Harbor City lived Mr. Grant, a man known for his wealth and his standards. He lent gold to young men with ambition, not to save them, but to test them. On this day, one such young man stood before him. Aaron had been given a bag of gold and a simple task: build something of value. But ambition without thought is a dangerous thing. When Aaron's plan failed, excuses followed. Leo, sweeping quietly in the corner, listened. He listened not with judgment, but with curiosity. Mr. Grant's voice grew heavy with disappointment. He pointed to something small, almost laughable, a dead mouse on the floor. Even this, he said, could build a future in the hands of someone clever. Most people would have heard insult. Leo heard possibility. He stopped sweeping, and for the first time, he leaned toward his future instead of away from it. Leo stepped forward, not boldly, not loudly, but with certainty. He didn't ask for gold. He asked for the mouse. Mr. Grant laughed, amused, but behind that laughter was curiosity, because wisdom recognizes itself, even when it comes dressed in rags. Leo left the mansion holding nothing of value and everything of potential. The marketplace was loud, impatient, dismissive. People turned away from Leo and the mouse. But Leo wasn't looking for approval. He was looking for need. Inside a small shop, a hungry cat cried without pause. The shopkeeper was overwhelmed. And in that moment, Leo understood something crucial. Value is not what you think something is worth. Value is what it solves, right now, for someone else. Leo received a small pouch of grain. His stomach ached. He could eat, and the story would end there. Or he could wait. Many lives change or stall in moments like this, not because of talent, but because of restraint. Leo chose growth over comfort. At the forest's edge, tired men rested. They had strength, they had skill, but without energy, both were useless. Leo offered relief, not for money, but for trust. And trust, when earned honestly, always pays interest. Leo did not suddenly become successful. Nothing magical happened. He simply repeated what worked, carefully, patiently, respectfully. Firewood became coins, coins became grain, grain became energy, energy became trust. Each trade was small on its own, but together they formed momentum. Leo understood something most people overlook. Progress does not require perfection, it requires consistency. His clothes grew cleaner, but not flashy. His posture straighter, but not proud. And without realizing it, Leo stopped chasing opportunity. Opportunity began recognizing him. Then the storm arrived. Rain swallowed roads, wagons sank into mud, fires went cold across the city. Storms do not just test buildings, they test character. People gathered, worried and cold, and soon all eyes turned to Leo. This was the moment many wait for, the chance to raise prices, to profit from urgency, to justify greed as survival. Leo felt that pull. But he also understood something deeper. Short-term gain can erase long-term trust in a single moment. So he chose fairness. Enough to continue, enough to sustain, never enough to exploit. And something changed. People stopped seeing Leo as a lucky boy. They began seeing him as dependable. In business and in life, reliability is more powerful than brilliance. When the storm passed, the city relaxed, but Leo didn't. Because once people rely on you, your responsibility grows. Then the bell rang. 500 horses arriving tomorrow. To most, it sounded exciting. To Leo, it sounded unfinished. He looked at the stone streets, no grass, no spare fields, no room for delay. Leo understood something few people practice. The real advantage is not reacting faster, it is thinking earlier. While others talked, Leo moved. He secured supply, paid fairly, asked for trust, and honored it. By the time Victor arrived with chaos in his wake, Leo was already standing still. Calm does not come from confidence. Confidence comes from preparation. When Leo named his price, it sounded bold, but it wasn't greed, it was clarity. He wasn't selling grass, he was selling certainty. He was selling order in the middle of chaos. Victor didn't argue, because when time is scarce, the prepared set the terms. This is how opportunity really works. It does not arrive suddenly. It reveals itself to those who have quietly earned the right to it. Months later, Leo returned to Mr. Grant's mansion. He came not to prove himself, but to complete the lesson. The golden mouse rested on the table. It was not a symbol of riches. It was a map of every decision made with care. Mr. Grant understood immediately. Wealth was never the goal. Wisdom was. Leo did not ask to be rewarded. He offered respect. And respect, when earned honestly, is the strongest foundation of partnership. Remember Leo's story. He did not begin with advantage. He began with awareness. He noticed problems. He served people. He made small choices with discipline, long before the reward appeared. If you feel like you are starting with nothing, look again. What do you already have that someone else needs today? What small step could you repeat consistently until momentum forms? Because success is not built in moments of luck. It is built in moments of choice. Start where you are. Use what you have. And when your moment arrives, you will be ready.